today we're going to be talking about what species are going extinct or are endangered at this current moment. I will only be covering 5 in today's video since usually my videos end up being very long if it's any more than that. So we're sticking with 5 today. So yeah, that's what the video is. My name is Aquaria Doyle. My purpose here on YouTube is to provide educational animal related videos so that way later on me and my team can open up a pet rescue center. So this is so much support that YouTube would provide for us. So that is my purpose here on YouTube. Our Instagram will be on the bottom of every video the entire time, so that way you're able to go ahead and check out our Instagram at any point that you would like. And we would really appreciate it if you took the time to check out our Instagram. And if you're not already, please hit the subscribe button so that way you have an educational video. And yeah, if you love animals, this is the place for you to be. So please hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that way you are aware of our videos whenever we post. So I do have obviously the Instagram on the bottom of the video, but we also have links down below in the description about any animal organization to help with endangered species, or just any organization in general that you can pick and choose which one you want to donate to. And that is just their donate pages. It's nothing to do with volunteering, it's just donating. And then we also have a link in the description as well to do with the Humane Society events that are going on near you locally, so that way you can help out on your free time. Now let's get into the video. So the first species that I'm going to talk about is called the Vaquita. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It's pretty simple in the name, so I'm guessing that's how it is pronounced. So Vaquita, it is the world's rarest marine mammal, and there are only 10 left in the world right now. Only 10. I didn't even know this species existed until I researched for this video. And this is why. There's only 10 left. So they're rare. What they look like, they're dark gray, they're kind of grayish pale on the sides. And this is what I found on the website, because it's hard to explain on my own. So, dark patches on lips forming a thin line from mouth to pectoral fins. And this came from worldwidelife.org. So if you want more information about what this animal looks like and more information about the animal itself, go to that website, and it's pretty short. It's like a short description, and I just took a little tiny bit about this animal from that. It's found in Mexico's Gulf of California, mainly in that area. The biggest threat is illegal fishing, which is a humongous problem right now, which is also a problem with poaching and illegal animal trading. But usually you'll find a trend here that if it's not allowed, it's obviously illegal. So people do illegal stuff all the time, especially when it comes to animals, because they're so desired. And guess who supports these people? The illegal fishers, the illegal animal traders, big corporations. If it's a big production company that wants meat or wants a certain thing and they want it in bulk, they'll pay a lot of money even if it is illegal. They just want the money, they want the material because it's so desired by customers. So it's so important for you to look at the label and ask and research to see if that product actually features things that are involved in illegal fishing or illegal animal trading or poaching and stuff like that. And I'll go over it a little bit more in this video, but that's just a brief touch on it. And the reason they are desirable is because of their swim bladder. I didn't do more research about the swim bladder. I mean, I looked it up and I couldn't find much about it, so I didn't really include it, but the reason they're getting hunted is because of their swim bladder, and I'm guessing it's because it's desirable because people like to eat it or something. People are weird and like to try new things for some reason, and that's all fine and stuff, but until you realize that there are only 10 of these things in the world, that is our fault. And like I said in the last video, I hate to associate with people like that, so I'm gonna call them they, because I don't do it. So what can you do to help in any way? Well, what can you do to help illegal fishing is to educate people about it. Obviously, you want to spread the word, make sure people know it's a bad thing, and to look at products that they're buying, because that can go a long way. And if you tell one person, maybe that one person will tell another. Just make it seem like it's concerning. Don't be like, hey, did you hear about that? Oh yeah, I heard about it. No, be like, did you hear there are only 10 of these things in the world because of this? Oh no, really? Make it seem like it's something to worry about, because if you don't make it seem like it's something to worry about, people aren't gonna worry about it. Your worriedness is contagious. PEW also helps prevent illegal fishing. They can't completely get rid of it, and they do explain that more on their website, and I have it linked down below if you want more information about it. But if you help support PEW, they do everything about that so you can get more information about it. So the next animal is an orangutan. I do not think I pronounced that right at all. It's an orangutan? Orangutan. I'm not sure. But this is one animal that is on the endangered species list. And if you know Jungle Book, you know what this animal is. Literally, their name means person of the forest, which is kind of cool. They don't bother anyone. If they come across a human, they will go as far away as they need to. Literally, legend has it. It's a legend. It has nothing to do with real things, but legend has it is they actually talk like us, but they don't do it in front of humans because they think that we would make them work. So legend is that they actually talk like us, but they don't want us to find that out, huh? But I think that was a funny legend, but yeah. So it's obviously a large and gentle monkey breed, and it's the color of like a reddish orange, like a brick color, more of in that area. Their emotions are very, very similar to ours. They cry, they are happy, they whimper. I mean, the babies cry. They have emotions like most monkey breeds do, that are very similar to ours. And it is believed within 10 years they will be completely extinct at the rate that we're going. So orangutans will no longer exist in 10 years. So the Bornene version of the orangutan, there are only 104,700 left in the world right now. And with the Sumatran species of the orangutan, there are only 7,500 left in the world right now. So that is the least amount from the other one compared, and that's not a lot at all. But I mean, it's not as small as the first one, but it's still concerning because we all know this monkey breed from our childhood if you watch the Jungle Book, and it's just slowly but surely, not slowly, it's pretty moderate, going down. I mean, we're gonna lose this breed in 10 years. That's, I mean, I still remember when I was 10 years old, and I'm 21. I remember all the memories from 10 years ago, and you're telling me if 10 years from now they're gonna be completely gone is insane. And it just says in this animal's description, they don't bother us. They want nothing to do with us, but yet they're almost extinct. So what can you do to help? The reason why they're going endangered is because of deforestation. So what you can do to help prevent this is to avoid unsustainable palm oil. And palm oil is from the trees that they actually eat. Sometimes palm oil is disguised as vegetable oil. You just have to look at the ingredient. One place that they mostly are in right now, their orangutans, is Gunung Palung National Park, which I'll put on maps, and then I'll just put a picture of it so that way you know like where it is in a general area. It's the last remaining viable orangutan population. So that's pretty much everything that we can do is support organizations that help the orangutan population that is left right now. So number 3 is the rhino. I've read different things about this, but I've got confirmed like couple websites that said the black rhino was actually completely extinct back in 2011, so it no longer exists. But other websites say that there's like still sightings of them past that time, but do your own research at that point. I did research for about like an hour and a half trying to find out, and I kept on getting mixed answers. So a few more websites than more than half of the websites said that the black rhino got extinct in 2011, and then less than that said that there's more sightings of them, but it just might be a different species breed. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. So I didn't take this from a website. So it's sad to know that the rhino is endangered, because we can't take an example of a real life scenario of the black rhino being actually extinct in 2011, which just says that we need to change. We need to do something about it, because we're just heading in the same direction. Nothing has changed. One species has been extinct and nothing happened. No changes were made. So with the rhino, there's only 27,000 of them left in the world right now. This is due to poaching and obviously habitat loss. So the 2 breeds that are left is the Humane, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and the Sumatran. So, what can you do to help? A really, really big thing when it comes to anything is ask before you buy. Do your research. Are there any jewelry that comes from illegal animal traders? Or, because usually when it comes to poaching rhinos, they want their horns. Kind of like similar to elephants, where they want their tusks, because their tusks can help make like things like jewelry and stuff like that. They wear it and it's part of materials. So just do your research. Make sure nothing you're buying is supporting that. And this can include clothing too. Just ask the vendor itself, like on their website, go to contact information before you buy. Don't just buy it and then be like, well, did I make a mistake? No, research before you buy. And then I found a quote that I wanted to include in this video, and it's from wwf.panda.org, and it says, "Increase the effort criminals need to make, increase the risk for criminals, and reduce the rewards that can be gained from wildlife crime." Which I thought was really important to include in this video, because it's true. You want to make it harder for them to do their job, so that way their work reduces and they have to do something else non-related to it. Hopefully it's better, but most likely it won't be. But if you make it harder for them, you win. And it's a small win because they'll find new ways, but it's just like, it's worth the extra time. Because we don't want rhinos to go away. We don't want them to go away in like 10 years. So, do your part, is all I'm saying. Now the 4th one is jaguars. Their reason for going into endangerment is poaching and deforestation. I found another quote that I thought was interesting, and I thought I would probably need to tell you for more information. So, drug traffickers use the jungle like a shield. They set fire to clear land for private airships for drugs. Just drugs, nothing to do with animals. And in turn, that destroyed part of the forest or the jungle. And in turn, that destroyed habitat. So something completely unrelated can impact something like that. They're still criminals, but I thought I should put that in the video because I didn't know that before, so I just want to make sure you know. So jaguars, there are only 15,000 left in the world right now. That's less than the rhinos, just letting you know. What can you do to help? This is huge. And I know Mr. Beast, I believe, on YouTube, was doing the planting the tree thing, the $1 million thing. I don't know much about that, but I should. I really should. Plant a tree where you can. Be a part of organizations and volunteer if you are able to. If you're in that location, plant as many trees as you can, because it will help. And obviously, recycle. Buy recycled items and then recycle it again. Do your own recycling. Go green, basically. Go green. All right, and the last one for today's video is giraffes. This is quite sad. I'm so upset that I have to make a video like this, but I feel as if it is educational in a way. There are only 4,000 Korodofan, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, and Nubian left. Those are the species of giraffe that are left right now in the entire world. 4,000 left. The reason why they're endangered is because of loss of habitat, which is the biggest thing, which is loss of habitat / deforestation. And a weird thing that I came across is civil unrest, and obviously poaching, which is a huge factor. So, what can you do to help? So what you can do is support sustainable agriculture and settlement practices near giraffe habitats. I had to like split that up because it was a long sentence and I couldn't remember it all the way, so I'm sorry if there was a bunch of pauses there. So if you are familiar with Minecraft, you know what an acacia tree is. Those are trees that giraffes eat. That is their main source of food. So if you're able to, in that area, plant acacia trees and help reforest the key areas where giraffes live. And that is basically all we can do to help. And the biggest thing that I can tell you right now, what you can do right now, because you are already on your phone or on your computer or any device that you're on, spread awareness that this is happening, because a lot of people don't know. And you want people to know because obviously since you've stayed this long in the video, you do care. So if you care, spread awareness. Don't be afraid to spread awareness. Don't think that people are gonna make fun of you. And if they do, who cares? Because obviously they don't support the way you do. And if they don't, honestly, they shouldn't be your friend, because they're part of the problem, not the solution. But just reach out, tell people about it, and be like, we need to take action. This is crazy. This is not okay. We need to change. And just emphasize that change is good. And we need to change because one day it will be too late. And there's nothing we can do because so many species will be gone. Could you imagine a world without tigers? Without pandas? Without rhinos? Jaguars? Can you? Can you imagine helping your kids grow up and being like, oh, tigers are no longer a thing. Oh. And then they ask, what's a tiger? Because they've never seen one. I don't want that to happen. I want to die knowing, later in my life, it's a very sad thing to say, but I want to die knowing that I made a huge impact in my life and I made a change. I did something that was worth living for, and that is huge. So before I cry, I'm just gonna finish off the video. So my name is Aquaria Doyle. My purpose here on YouTube is to provide educational animal related videos so that way it can help support our pet rescue center that I want to open with my team later on in our business journey. So YouTube and Instagram will totally help us support for that. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if I did, I don't really remember, it's been almost 30 minutes. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoy the content that we post, and click the notification bell so that way you know every time we post, so you can catch up on our videos and learn more with us. And if you're a pet lover, please subscribe because we do nothing but love animals. And I would really appreciate it if you took the time to look at our Instagram, which should be at the bottom of the video the entire time, so that way you can look whenever you would like. And we provide all the links down below to go and donate to any organizations that you would like to donate to and support. You have your own choice. I provide so many of them down in the links below and on my About on YouTube. And I also provide a link down below for events near you involving the Humane Society. So if you want to volunteer locally, you are more than welcome to look on the events page on the Humane Society. So thank you for your time, your patience, and your attention. I really appreciate it, and so does my team, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.